The Lucky Devils, issue number 1. That's right, folks. This is a new book from the creators of 8 Billion Genies, Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. I very much enjoyed 8 Billion Genies, a really interesting concept that was very fun. So let's give the new book a chance. I'm always interested in creator-owned projects that are not self-serious. Does that make sense? When creators are like, we're having fun here. I'm always hesitant, though, about stuff with the devil and hell. Not because, like, I'm super religious and, like, I find it offensive. I just think you end up repeating a lot of the same beats as everything. There's not much you can do with hell that is shocking or different or cataclysmic or interesting, in my opinion. I just find it boring. And this book, I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think it's very interesting, and I think it's doing some fairly interesting stuff. But I'm not like, yeah, finally, woohoo, a book to change the game. Which is fine. I don't think that's the intention of this book. I think it's simply, hey, let's do like a silly story about devils and how they want to change their lives or something. Fine. So, this book opens up and we have 2 main humans to follow. We have Cam, who is a teacher in Chicago. He's not like a tenured professor. He just kind of works in like a lowly building. It's not like the best thing. Like a simple community college teaching philosophy. He's trying to explain to his students, how can we easily depict somebody as morally evil, like the face of evil, but it's hard to picture somebody as like the perfect purity of good. But his students can't really think about it because it's too hot in the classroom. It's hot all the time, global warming, blah, blah, blah. He accidentally sets his laptop ablaze and the fire extinguishers go off, so the kids get sprayed with water, so they're kind of happy. Elsewhere in Chicago, we meet Starr. She is a nurse at the hospital, and her coworker Joe just got a promotion, so she's going to have to clean up some poo from a patient, so she's not really happy. Kind of annoyed by it. 2 people just can't catch a break. We see Cam later. He's buying a fan so he can put it in his classroom. He meets like his buddy for lunch, and he gets like a match with a girl on like a dating app, and he's like, damn, I spent my last money on this fan. But his buddy's like, don't worry, I'll give you the cash. Here's some money. Have a good dinner. We see Starr talking to her patient, trying to trick her by playing like a card game like Follow the Ace. She is easily able to find it, confusing her patient. He's like, hey, I got quick eyes. What can I say? The date with Cam doesn't go too well. He can't find his money. The date pays. Just not a good time. He's really pissed off. Starr is just pretty stressed off, just thinking about like her life. Nothing's going the way she wants it to. Somebody stole her lunch earlier, so she starts pouring some of like the food of yogurt into a guy's car, but she decides against it at the last minute. Back with Cam, he's getting really pissed off at his students because they're not writing too good. His cat knocks over his action figures, and he sees that somebody like says, I don't know what World War II is. They're using ChatGPT. He's getting pissed off. They're just really mad at the world. And you know what? It's Ryan Brown art, so it looks really good. Very classic, very sketched. It's really fun. I like the designs for the characters. They go to bed, and then late at night, the hormone monsters appear. No, I'm kidding. The devils appear. We meet Caller and we meet Rake. They're devils. It's lucky devils. So the devils appear, and I'm sorry I made the Big Mouth reference, but that's where my mind immediately went to, because it's kind of how Big Mouth opens with the characters in bed, and then their hormone monster appears. It's like, hey, I'm going to help you be the best you horny freak. So here's the gimmick. Here's the gimmick of the book. We're going to go through it. The idea is that everybody gets their own devil. There's different levels of devil depending on where you are in the world, but you are just people who work a normal job, and if we help you get to places, we get like promoted. Some people, you kind of like use one of the 7 deadly sins as like your weapon. So Starr, her demon, which is Rake, she uses envy, so she gets mad at like the world around her. And Caller, he's using wrath on Cam. So Cam is just like angry at the stuff happening around him, just trying to piss him off. The idea is if they make these people's lives miserable, they get promoted. We get like a montage seeing like, here's all the other people that have like devils that try to piss you off, like that asshole in your office, or like the person who owns the homeowners association, or like the school bully. Everyone's got one of them. The higher you are in like the world, the more like successful your demon is. So like rich people, famous people, like wealthy elitists, they have a demon that uses all of the 7 deadly sins. Then we get a page where it's like the characters, the devils, I should say, looking out at us like, hey, I bet you can figure out of a few of those, can't you? You're like, yep, I can. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So Collar and Rake, they're tired of like their people choosing good, like at the end for everything, when they're just like destroying laptops or knocking over action figures, just kind of stuff. They're like, you just keep choosing to be a good person. You want to do bad stuff, but you end up doing good stuff. It's getting really frustrating. So now I have a new plan to change your life. I'm getting tired of you choosing good, so I just want to like, let's skip all that shit. We're going to go past all that shit. We're going to go right to the end where you and I work together as 2 people who know each other exist. So I get promoted and get out of like the dreariness that is my life, and you get promoted. You just keep going up and up and up. So we're just gonna cheat the system. How about that? And both Cam and Starr say no, and their demons are like, why are you talking like that? Why would you say no? It doesn't matter. I guess we'll just do this the normal way, where I ruin your life slowly forever. Okay, bye. So they try to leave, but then both Cam and Starr are like, no, okay, maybe you have an idea here. And Collar and Rake are like, yeah, we do. All right, well, glad we had this talk. We're going to figure this out the right way. All right, we'll see you later. The rest of your life starts now. Let's do it. So both Cam and Starr are like freaking out. Like, that was a weird experience we just had. Cut back to Hell City, where I'm like, yeah, I get the joke. It does nothing for me. And Collar like stops dressing like a cool guy and dresses like a punk. And he's like, oh, have some compassion here, dude. Take some pride in your appearance. He's just a mess. He has to take like the bus. And he goes home to his like apartment. And we see that he's actually dating Rake, or they're married or something. It's like, man, I hope our plan works, because I hate living in a shit city in hell. And I'm like, oh, there's the parallel. They're like Cam and Starr, but in hell. They're like, we just want to like get out of like the mundanity that is our life, so let's just skip to the end, make ourselves better, work with our humans to actually get our shit going right. The designs are fine for like the demons and the devils and shit. It's so cliched, like punk rock, and got big horns and, you know, just drinking and skulls on the shirts. Like, I understand it. I don't think it's, you know, changing the game, like I said earlier. I don't know. I just wish this was doing something for me. But it's a fun concept, I suppose, if you've seen Big Mouth, and like, what if that was worse? And not worse in terms of like quality, but worse in like, what if it was a devil telling you to sin? Not just like fuck food or something, whatever happens in Big Mouth. Look, it's an interesting concept. I will follow it again, probably. But I don't know. There's something about it. This type of energy, it just doesn't speak to me. It doesn't work for me. But I will happily see where we can go from here. So we'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll see what's up. The Lucky Devils, issue number 1. I am going to give a 6 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.